How's it guys? My name is Macon Campbell and welcome back to Macon Stuff. So today I'm going to try and build a crosscut sled for my table saw. So I've come to realize from watching many build videos on YouTube that having a table saw without a crosscut sled, you are in fact using only half the potential of the table saw, which is exactly the reason why I did this second rebuild on my table saw. I did this rebuild about 3, maybe 4 months ago, and I just haven't gotten around to building the crosscut sled. That's what I'm going to be building today, so let's get started. So for my crosscut sled I'm going to be using this 12mm plywood, so let's get this thing cut to size. Okay, so I have my base cut to size. The next thing I need to do is to cut the strips that will slide in the miter slots, which will be fastened to the bottom of the base. For that I'm going to use this 6mm MDF. It's a bunch of scrap lying around. The only reason I'm using it is because the thickness is already pretty much bang on the depth I need for the strips. So all I basically need to do is to cut them to width and they should be almost ready to go. So let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to take these little washers and I'm going to drop them in the slots so I can put these sliders on top of them, which will make them stick up a little bit from the table, and then I'll put some super glue on top, drop the base on top of it, and once everything is set I can take it off and I should have a perfect fit. Okay, so I've got the base finished for my sled. The next thing to do is to add the back and front rails, which are essentially what's going to be holding this thing together once I put the cut down the middle. I'm going to put the back one on first, and then I'll make a cut through here so that I can use the blade to square up the back rail, which is the one I'll be cutting against, so I want that one to be as square as possible. To make that, I'm going to use this 22mm shutter board, so let's do it. So that brings us to the end, and I think it turned out very well. It slides along quite nicely, not a lot of resistance at all. I really think this is going to speed up my workflow, especially for the job that I'm about to start tomorrow. I can't believe it took me this long to actually make a crosscut sled for my table saw. Better late than never, I suppose. So, until next time, keep making stuff.